What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Supertramp. And once again, big thanks to Yvonne, who has sent 2 albums, and we've been going through the first of them, Breakfast in America, 1979. But we're actually taking a one-time pause and jumping ahead in time to 1985 because on the second CD of mixes and notable tracks from the 80s and early 90s that Joseph has sent, the next tune is a Supertramp track, and it's called Cannonball. So yes, there are no additional notes here on this one. It is just a regular version of the track, I think. And yeah, ultimately a cannonball, it is a projectile shot by a ballistic weapon, or, weapon. And in that regard, I imagine we're dealing with metaphor here, with figurative meaning, something which has destructive power and potential, but which maybe has to travel in order to make that type of impact. All of which seems like it's fruitful ground for figurative meaning, and yet there's no additional context. So let's listen. This is Supertramp. The track is Cannonball, and it's from 1985, and it is part of a second CD that Joseph has sent of notable tracks and mixes.
Criticize. Yeah, I got used. I messed up and abused. You let me down with all your running around. Still you pretend and try to call me friend. Don't say a word. I know just what I heard. Yeah, you've been loose. You just got no excuse. Just feel my rage. But can't you come of age? I felt it all, just like a cannonball. apologize. I paid the price, taking your advice. I felt it all, just like a cannonball. Yeah, like a cannonball. You can say what you want all day, but I've never been so outraged. Yeah, I'm washing my hands of you. How could you be so untrue? You know I can't stay no more. You know I can't stay no more. I can't stay no more. Can't stay no more. No.
I mean, it feels like this could go on for another 5 or 7 minutes, and I would be here for it. So yeah, a jam feel. It feels like a jam. Now there are like lyrics, meaning it's not just kind of an instrumental, let's just keep improvising and see where this goes, but it is a lot built around the sonics and the instrumentation. And yeah, my best characterization would be like synth funk. It definitely has like a lot of keyboard lines and electric sounds, but it also is very funky and definitely, it's like one keyboard line will flourish and the others are supporting, and then it's like the next section, it's like a different sonic layer that sort of comes to the fore. So again, in that regard, it feels very much like a jam. So synth funk jam is what I would call this. But definitely the vocals got a bit of flair and fire to them. And yeah, I didn't hear, like, I was so keyed into the sonics that I don't know what's happening lyrically. I did hear a reference to a Cannonball, but yeah, it feels like maybe it's a reference to the narrator or to, like, what may happen. I think at the end he's saying, like, he's got to get away, he's got to, like, move to a different place. So yeah, lyrically I'll have to listen to this again and try to interpret a little better and let the lines wash over me. But yeah, sonically this was very much a standout tune. Like a lot of electric keyboard lines, like, very rich and metallic. Definitely some percussion that caught my ear, like this sort of synthesized clap that was happening in, flourishes or bunches, as well as what sounded like a real, like, human snapping sound in time. So yeah, a lot going on sonically, and just like not only the configuration or arrangement at any given moment, like backing sort of like pad synths or, like not tension strings, but sort of these string chords running through. There was a lot happening in the arrangement, but in the dynamic transitions between the different sections or measures, that also really stood out to me. So a tune with great musicianship and a jam, meaning it feels like they were just really kind of exploring the space sonically and rhythmically. So definitely a cool tune, and definitely different from what I've heard so far on Breakfast in America. Now, the musicianship has certainly come across in Breakfast in America, but again, like, just in terms of the feel of this one, it does seem a bit different. Now, 6 years of time, that's a long time for a band, so I would not be surprised if they were kind of moving in some different directions, or maybe they just have a lot of variety in their catalog. Either way, I found it very compelling. Once again, big shout out to Joseph, as well as to Yvonne, who's provided the Supertramp that we'll now jump back to. But yeah, I'm very much enjoying this CD from Joseph in the same way I did the first one. When we come back the next time, we're going to listen to a tune by Go West. Have we seen that name before? I feel like we've seen that name before. Have I reacted to Go West before? I'm not sure in the moment as I sit here. It's definitely not a group I'm deep diving on, but that name sounds really familiar. In any case, the track is We Close Our Eyes, the Total Overhang mix, which I'm very curious about. So once more, big shout out to Joseph. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.